Okay, so teacher here grouped pupils' marks from a maths test into these intervals here. Okay, so if we had a grouped frequency table, you'd have the groups 1 to 20, and then it'll tell you the frequency, tell you how many were in that group. So when you do that, of course, you lose the raw data, don't you? You lose the exact marks of the pupils. You just know that there are so many pupils in the first group. In the second group, you don't actually know their exact scores. And that's what's going to help us to answer this here, because it says here, Phoebe is one of the pupils who sat the test, and Phoebe says the cumulative frequency diagram shows that the median mark was 70. Okay, well, if we just check out to see if she's actually right there, well, if you look at the class, there are 60 pupils, isn't there, in total, because that's where the cumulative frequency sort of ends. So the median, okay, will be half of those, at half of those values there, half of those pupils, so it'll be the 30th pupil, okay. So if I read across and read down, well, she's actually right, isn't she, in terms of her interpretation. It is 70 marks, okay. But it says then, explain why the median mark may not be 70. And the reason for it is you just need to appreciate that the data has been grouped, okay. We need to expand a bit more on that though. The data has been grouped, and it could be that it's not sort of evenly distributed. It could be that all the pupils in this group scored in the low 60s, okay, which means then the median would fall under 70. It would be a lot lower, okay. So data has been grouped, okay. The results in the 60 to 80 group, or 61, isn't it, to 80 group, may not be evenly distributed, okay. As I said, there could be a lot more at the lower end, okay, or at the higher end. So then part B, okay, it says then, consider the pupils who had a mark of 80 or less. How many of those pupils would have needed to score more than 80 for Phoebe's estimate of the median to be 80? Well, this is just about reading the cumulative frequency here. So if I go up at 80, let's just see how many pupils had got 80 or less. So read across there, you can see 42 pupils scored 80 or less, okay. Now for Phoebe's median, for the median score rather to be 80, okay, we'd need that to be the 30th, wouldn't we? We'd need that to be the 30th sort of pupil there. So how many of these pupils do we need to score more than 80? Well, you just got to see how many this is over 30, okay, so just take 30 away from this. So we need 12 pupils from this group to actually score more than 80. Okay, so all I've done is taken away median amount of pupils from the 42, so we need actually 12 to score over 80.